Former President Goodluck Jonathan calls for calm amidst Rivers' political tension. Polling stations open amidst concerns over Tunisia's democratic future. And Mozambican voters voice concerns over potential result manipulation in upcoming elections. Details coming up shortly. Now we begin with updates from the local government polls in Rivers State, where the State Independent Electoral Commission announced the results of the local government elections held earlier yesterday in the state. The commission's chairman, retired Justice Adolphus Enebeni, who announced the results, said the Action People's Party won the chairmanship position in 22 out of 23 local government areas where collation has been conducted. He said the collation of the remaining LGA of Eche is still ongoing due to the difficult terrain of the area. The RCX chairman also said that announcement for the 319 councillorship seats will be announced alongside the Eche chairmanship position when collations are concluded.
I, Honorable Justice Adolphus Enebeli, retired, in my capacity as the Chairman, Chief Electoral Commissioner of the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission, and pursuant to the extant provisions of the Rivers State Independent Electoral Law Number 2 of 2018 and all other laws enabling me in that behalf, do hereby make declaration of results for the chairmanship elections into the 23 local government councils of Rivers State. After painstaking collation of results at the close of poll by our team of officials regarding the local government council elections conducted this day, the 5th of October 2024, the following candidates, having scored majority of lawful or valid votes cast in 2/3 of the respective wards comprising their respective local government areas of Rivers State, are hereby returned as elected chairmen or chairwomen. They are: 1. Abua Odwa, Ruben Vincent Obo, APP. Ahoda East, Esu Rizi Chibudom Hezekiah, APP. The details of the statistics of the respective scores shall be published in RISEC website and the media, and they will be made available to the public and all contestants. The election results for councillorship election into 319 wards spread across the 23 local government areas of Rivers State shall be declared subsequently and soonest, together with that of Eche that has been stood down.
Now, in the meantime, the highly anticipated local government election in Rivers State has been marked by controversy, allegations of intimidation, and pockets of violence. News Central's correspondent Igbalani Omoni, deployed to monitor the polls in Port Harcourt and Obiakpor local governments, has more.
The first stop was the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission office, which recorded heavy police and military presence early Saturday morning. However, the military personnel unexpectedly dispersed after a few minutes. As of 8 a.m., electorate in both local governments were seen milling around the street, eagerly awaiting voting materials from RISEC. Despite calls from some political parties to boycott the election, many voters expressed determination to exercise their franchise.
Police that are supposed to secure both property and humans and have abandoned their duties to play a personal role. And police is not supposed to be personal. They are supposed to defend and work in line with the government of the day, and they are not doing it.
We are not in war, we are not fighting, so why would security come? Everywhere is calm, people are coming to do their normal voting. So if there is war, that is why you look for security agencies. Yeah, we are not fighting anybody. We are doing the normal thing.
Upon visiting various polling units, News Central observed that residents had already cast their vote, with some sharing concerns about the ongoing political crisis in the state.
This is the fairest, fairness, and credible election in recent time. You can see, even when they said they're not going to give us security, you see how Rivers people have complied. It's showing you that the Rivers people are happy with the governor of Rivers, and they're happy with the process, and they want democratically elected local government officials to be inaugurated in Rivers State.
We have a governor who is the chief security officer of the state, and what is happening is a normal thing. The man who says he wants to own Rivers State, the current minister of FCT, Chiba Wiki, cannot own Rivers. Rivers State is too big for one man to own it as a private estate.
Meanwhile, the All Progressives Congress APC and People's Democratic Party staged a joint protest in front of RISIEC, rejecting the election's legitimacy.
We are here to express our displeasure concerning the ongoing election. We are not part of the election and we will not be part of it. We just want to let the public know that if you can see the crowd, this shows that elections is not taking place in this state.
Can there be election when the court has said that the processes have been issued are fraud? Can the court, can this state have an election without PDP, who is the majority party, and APC, which is the opposition party in the state? To tell you that it's a charade, it's just a sham.
The election was largely peaceful, but allegations of intimidation and violence marred the process.
First observation that I got was when the materials came. The materials was dispersed by the former councillor of this ward in the person of Awoye, and also the materials, they carried it with the current councillor of the APP, his motto. They carried the materials with his motto from government house down to this place. His name is Monima Oju. All the units, it is those same set of persons that carry these materials and dispatch these materials to those units. So I am asking if that is constitutional for a candidate like me, for me to go to government house, get material that is supposed to be carried by RISEC officials.
An explosion was reported in the early hours leading up to the election, causing anxiety amongst voters. News Central continues to monitor developments and provide updates as more information becomes available. In Port Harcourt, Rivers State, for News Central, I am Igbalani Omani.
Local government elections have been held across the 319 electoral wards and 4,442 polling units of the 23 LGAs of Rivers State. But the consensus prayers by residents of the state is that political peace should return to the state as they set agenda for the council chairman-elect and councillors-elect respectively. News Central correspondent Asin Azu, who monitored the exercise in some LGAs, including the riverine areas of the state, tells us more.
Insulated wards and polling units visited in some local government areas of Rivers State. Voting materials and RISEC officials arrived on time. For some of the polling units, the ballot boxes are almost filled up with ballot papers as early as 10 a.m.
You should form the line. You wait for your turn. When you get there, they'll give you the voting paper. They'll first cross-check your name. After that, if they see your name, you go ahead and vote.
So fine. Everything is going on peacefully. People are coming out to vote. This is really 16. People are voting here. I also went to our sister ward, Unit 14, and people are still voting. So everything is going on well.
At the polling units of the governor at Ward 005, Unit 008, Opobonikoro local government area, the governor was allegedly absent, while the voters described the poll peaceful.
Voters are here voting. They were on the queue before now until the downpour came. They had to come to the corner. But so far so good. The process has been very peaceful. Election is taking place in this ward, simultaneously in the various units, and we're having an hitch-free electoral process here.
No, there are no hitches. Election is going on smoothly. No violence, no disturbance. Everything is going on peacefully. People are happy to come and vote. The turnout is very, very impressive.
The caretaker committee chairman of Nkala local government area of the state, a RISEC returning officer for the LGA, also provided security assessments of the poll to journalists.
A few minutes ago, I got a sad information that one ward, as they were moving their materials to their ward, that they were waylaid on the way, and the materials were carted away.
Well, in every election, there's first that people will be dragging, trying to cut away materials. We have had 1 or 2 ballot boxes being snatched here and there, but now we're in a digital era. So snatching of ballot papers or ballot box or vandalizing vehicles that carried electoral materials and all that is neither here nor there. I know that at the end of the election, the long arm of the law will cut up with those culprits or whoever is found to be that perpetrated such acts of violence.
Meanwhile, some residents of the state have started setting agenda for the next council chairman and councillors, whom they believe will attract meaningful developments to the grassroots.
The thing what they go do for me or for this community, yeah, then they do our problem. We not get anything. Some of us people say we not get house. Some of people will not get paddle or a canoe. Some of people will not sell market. We they work out for bush anytime. So we don't want make it work out for bush again. So any person where we put vote for, may come to us fine.
Advice to political leader, I wish them success. May the Lord grant them wisdom, success, and prosperity, and a good governance of the people of Opopo Town.
What we want from the local government is not just about projects. It's that before they do anything, they will come and sit with us and do an assessment, ask us what we need.
A state without political peace might have absolute difficulties in providing the people with good governance. Hence, these voters urged all the political gladiators in the states to let go of their interest for the sake of peace and people of the state.
And we don't like Rivers people to suffer because of, like you said, contending gladiators. It's not about them. It is about Rivers people. People are going to be hurt by this action and this contention.
In Ataba community, Rivers State for News Central, I'm Austin Azul.
Former President Goodluck Jonathan has issued a cautionary call to political actors, security agencies, and the judiciary, urging them to avoid actions that could worsen the political tension currently brewing in Rivers State. The tension stems from the local government elections recently held in the state, which has sparked a political crisis. In a statement posted on his Twitter account on Saturday, Jonathan voiced deep concern over the unfolding situation, stressing the importance of peace and the stability of Nigeria's democracy. The former president appealed to all stakeholders, especially state institutions, to ensure that democratic principles are upheld by conducting peaceful and credible elections. He also advised political players to exercise caution and patriotism in their quest for power, noting that the crisis in Rivers State bears a striking resemblance to the political unrest that shook Nigeria's old western region in the past. The governor of Plateau State, Caleb Mutfwang, has assured the people of the state that the forthcoming local council elections in the state will be the best among others in Nigeria. The governor made the assertion in Jos, the state capital, when he flagged off campaign activities for the People's Democratic Party in Plateau North and South zones of the state. News Central's Chizaba Nyanwe tells us more.
It's my honor, therefore, to present this flag to the chairman-to-be, the incoming chairman by the grace of God of Jos South.
That was the climax of the campaign flag-off at the northern zone of Plateau by Governor Caleb Mutfwang. According to him, and I quote, the presentation of the PDP flags to the chairmanship and councillorship candidates signified the authority of the party, giving them the banner of battle to go and conquer for PDP, end of quote. The governor is confident that the grassroots polls in the state will be credible, thus becomes a benchmark for other states in Nigeria.
We will continue to respect the wishes of the people in making sure that we run PDP. So come 9th of October, I want to hear that in every local government, we went out in our numbers. We are not going to rig any election. We are not election riggers. we win clean and fair. And by the grace of God, we will win the 17 local governments. Let's come out and show our strength. We are prepared more than INEC to conduct this election. And I want you to know that this election is going to be the most credible in Nigeria. So, thank you for your commitment. Thank you for your support.
His deputy and other party stalwarts at the event are not losing sleep as they say the party is equal to the task of winning.
You have been emphasizing the inclusivity of women in your administration. You have stood by women that they should be given either a chairman, vice chairman, or secretaries of the local government, and also some positions in the party structure. We are grateful, Your Excellency.
We want to confirm our dominance of the political arena in Plateau State. So for whatever reason, let no one stay away from going to vote. And the only party to vote is PDP.
I want to plead all of you, as your chairman, that we have it, and let all come out and give this vote. Everybody vote is very important. Let us come out and tell the entire people of Plateau State that Plateau belongs to PDP and PDP is Plateau.
As the October 9, 2024 local government election date draws nearer, all eyes will be on the party supporters and their candidates, including the election umpire, PLASIEC, to see how well electoral activities in the state will pan out. In Jos for News Central, Chizoba Anyuwi.
We're now going on a short break, and when we return, a federal government gifts exotic cars to outstanding teachers to commemorate World Teachers' Day. This and many more when we return. Welcome back. Now, the 2024 graduating class of the School of Politics, Policy and Governance has been tasked to adopt unconventional approaches to leadership in the country, leveraging resources and ideas to create positive change in their communities. This was during the graduation ceremony held at the sidelines of the 2024 Africa Conference, which held in the nation's capital, Abuja. News Central's Joshua Imarai reports.
The graduation ceremony of the 2024 class of the School of Politics, Policy and Governance, which held in Nigeria's capital, Abuja. The ceremony started with the presentation of certificates to students of the class. Several awards of recognition were given to those who distinguished themselves with excellence. The founder of the school tasked the graduating students to be unconventional in their approach to leadership and governance.
So your charge is really to go out there and be the unconventional kind of leaders that we raised in the period that you spent with us. Your power to do great things are already in your mindset that you all accumulated working together throughout your program. Congratulations.
Some of the graduates shared their experience during the program.
When we started, a lot of us probably thought this was going to be a walk in the park. But trust me, this is no walk in the park. It's no mean feat to have gone through this program in the last 10 months. It requires a lot of dedication.
So far, the experience was worth it. But not lie to you, it was very rigorous. You delve into leadership, you delve into public policy, you delve into inclusiveness, you delve into everything that inspires good governance and to enhance improvement on our democratic system and leadership generally.
What we have observed is that the citizenry is not as engaged as it should be, is not as informed as it should be, and in an attempt to create a value-based citizenry also, we must provide the information and keep them engaged, because without the citizens knowing what they have to do, understanding their rights, it's more difficult to create change without the citizenry.
The school also tasked the graduates to make positive changes in any leadership position they find themselves. This, they believe, can help transform the nation. In Abuja for News Central, I am Joshua Imarayi.
Although Nigeria's federal government says that it has signed a memorandum of understanding with the National Insurance Commission in conjunction with the Chartered Institute of Nigeria to train and equip 1 million youth with skills in the insurance subsector. The Minister of State for Youth Development, who made this known in Abuja, says that the program is aimed at building the capacity of youth with adequate knowledge and create jobs across the 774 local government areas of the country.
We are determined to work with every stakeholders to achieve this result. Neither in data management, nor in digital literacy, creative sector, or entertainment, we would continue to look for opportunities in all sectors in order to activate engagement of the young people. With this team, 1 million youth in insurance, the MOU we are about to sign will guide our effort within the 1 year to bring 1 million Nigerian youth into the insurance sector, trained, well-trained, and very well-trained for grateful, gainful employment.
The Borno State government has launched the third phase of its teacher upgrade training program, targeting 1,230 teachers from 5 local government education authorities. The initiative, according to the government, aims to enhance the quality of education in the state as part of its recovery from insurgency. News Central's Umar Kirawa has more.
A check presentation by the state government signals the commencement of the third phase of the teacher training program. 10 days have been set aside for the upgrade training of over 1,000 teachers from the 5 local education authorities of Damboa, Jeri, Kaga, Mafa and MMC, with the goal of revitalizing the education sector.
The indiscriminate replacement has made all of you to be on irregular salary grade levels. Most of you seated here with your degrees are on grade level 2 or 3. Some are on 4. Why? Because when one qualified teacher retired, 7, 8 of you were brought and the salary was divided. We all know the truth. So at the end of this training, you will be placed at your appropriate salary grade level.
One major issue raised is the persistent absenteeism of teachers, which the government has promised to address with decisive action.
As it is now, there has been a change. And I want to assure the government that in no distant time, they are going to see changes. This abscondment will not be there.
As far as labor is concerned, we have confidence in this government, and we have in particular His Excellency, which we believe he will not dismiss anybody.
A representative of Governor Babagana Zulum commended the leadership of the education sector for upholding government policies and emphasized the importance of teachers' dedication in complementing this significant investment.
We have 1,566 trained teachers that we are going to place them on 30,000 naira minimum wage with effect from 1st October 2024.
Each of the 1,230 participants is said to receive 50,000 naira as a one-time payment, along with a 30,000 naira monthly stipend from October to December.
We are going to have phase 4 and 5 of the training so that all our trainable teachers will be trained, placed at proper salary grade level and paid accordingly.
The government also made it clear that teachers who fail the refresher examination will be reassigned to local government council administration in their respective localities. In Maiduguri for News Central, Umuri Kirawa.
Now, several outstanding teachers in Nigeria, including governors who have contributed immensely to the growth of education in their states, have received awards for their efforts and excellent performance. This was as the federal government marked the 2024 World Teachers' Day celebration in Abuja. The head of service of the Federation says that the gesture is a reward for hard work and aimed at encouraging more commitment to the teaching profession. News Central's Emmanuel Bagudu reports.
From cultural displays to march past,
Nigerian teachers nationwide reunite to mark the 2024 World Teachers' Day. Themed, valuing teacher voices towards a new social contract for education. This year's celebration, put together by the Nigerian Union of Teachers, honored distinguished teachers and governors who contributed immensely to the welfare of teachers and the growth of education in their states.
Initiatives such as consumer credit card and mortgage reforms that shall provide Nigerians, including teachers, be able to own houses and afford items that shall contribute to prosperity, which they were not otherwise able to purchase.
I am particularly pleased with integration of the President's Teachers and Schools Excellence Award into this event, which has now become an annual tradition. The awards are a fitting recognition of the exceptional efforts of teachers, administrators, and schools nationwide who have dedicated themselves to providing quality education to our children. Rewarding excellence in teaching is crucial because it inspires educators to go beyond the ordinary, sets benchmarks of success, and showcases the immense value we place on education.
Teachers are not only the custodian of knowledge, they are the builders of our future. To our esteemed teachers across Nigeria, today is a celebration of your tireless dedication and immense contribution. Your work transcends the classroom. It shaped the hearts and minds of our future leaders, innovators, and change makers.
The governors and the teachers received various meritorious awards with gratitude, promising to do more for the nation's teachers.
We must thank God the measures that have been taken in Nigeria had begun to pay off. We are seeing lower prices. The CNG program is intended to deliver lower energy cost. So Mr. President is tackling the cost of living crisis that the world is witnessing head on in Nigeria. And this will benefit teachers. This will benefit all Nigerians. Equally today, a number of governors who have shown commitment to education were honored. 6 of them, congratulations, including our governor, the governor of Kebbi State, Dr. Nasiru Idris Kaurangwandu. In fact, in Kebbi State, if you ask a child, he will tell you Nasiru NUT. So in our state, NUT is even synonymous with our governor, which show his long life devotion to the teaching profession and teachers. And not surprisingly, he was honored today.
I am here with the first runner-up, Dr. Peace from Akoka Junior High School in Lagos. She's going to tell us how she feels winning the Presidential Teachers Award, this beautiful car. Hello, madam.
Good afternoon, sir.
So tell us, how do you feel?
I'm so excited. I'm happy. It's just like a dream come true, and it's a way of honoring all the hard work, all the struggling, all the crying, all the work. Everything is a way of, I don't know, I'm so excited, let me be honest with you.
What does this mean to you?
Yeah, it's like, to me, it means that hard work pays. No matter what, hard work pays. Selflessness, compassion, love, care, empathy with your students pays a lot.
Thank you very much. Indeed, hard work pays. It is anticipated that these rewards given to teachers will continue to encourage teachers to do more and make our children more learned and more better and more educated in the society. In Abuja, for News Central, I am Emmanuel Bagudu.
In the meantime, the Nigeria Union of Teachers has announced that 23 states across the country, along with the Federal Capital Territory, have implemented the new 65-year retirement age for teachers. Speaking on Saturday, the NUT National President Titus Mba urged the remaining states to expedite the implementation of the harmonized retirement age for teachers without further delay. The union also expressed concern over the lack of declared vacancies, which has led to the stagnation of teachers at the directorate level, particularly in the nation's unity schools. It will be recalled that in 2020, former President Muhammadu Buhari approved an increase in the retirement age for teachers, raising it from 60 to 65 years. And the federal government has confirmed that no Nigerian lives have been lost in Lebanon, despite the escalating conflicts between Israel and Hezbollah. As Israeli strike intensifies in Lebanon, the Nigerian government has begun preparations to evacuate its citizens from the country. In a statement released on Saturday by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, spokesperson Ambassador Eche Obobe assured that the Nigerian embassy in Lebanon is actively working to safeguard the lives and welfare of Nigerians caught in the conflict. The government emphasized its ongoing efforts to monitor the situation closely and ensure the safety of its nationals while the situation remains tense. The embassy has earlier advised Nigerians as far back as August 2024 to voluntarily evacuate, with commercial flights still available. Additionally, the statement noted that Nigerian citizens in southern Lebanon, considered one of the most dangerous areas, have been relocated to safer regions such as Beirut with the assistance of local community leaders. The news now continues in southern Africa. As Mozambique heads to the polls for its general elections on October 9th, voters have voiced concerns over the possibility of a fair and democratic process. Voters expressed fears that the election results may be manipulated, alleging a lack of transparency in past elections. This growing concern casts a shadow over the upcoming vote. Mozambique gained independence in 1979, or rather 1975, after a decade-long struggle against Portuguese colonial rule. Despite its rich natural oil deposits, the country remains one of the poorest in the world.
O nosso jovem que estamos a lutar aqui, a Frelimo deve perder. Mas em termos de roubo dos votos, pode haver nos prejudicar. Porque dizem que a Frelimo que fez, a Frelimo que faz. Tudo vai fazer a força e ele está a fazer a força.
Bem, o voto sempre contou e vai contar para sempre. Só que acontece, as nossas eleições nunca foram transparentes, né? Sempre há muitas reclamações, a população votam e os resultados mantêm os mesmos. O que quer dizer, há muita burocracia, por exemplo, na parte da CNE ou do STAI, sempre que manipular os resultados. Mesmo que há fraude, eles declaram que a Frelimo é vencedora. Eu acho que Moçambique precisa de muita coisa, tipo transparência nas eleições, a primeira coisa. Quem deve governar o país é quem é votado pela população, vontade da população. Essa é a primeira coisa para poder mudar o país.
In a related development, the Mozambique Democratic Movement candidate for governor of Maputo, Fatima Mimbiri, has pledged to support the nation's youth and their innovations initiative. Addressing supporters at a rally, Mimbiri praised the resilience and brilliance of the youth, promising to implement policies that will foster their growth and development if elected governor of the province.
A Frelimo que está em primeiro lugar. Já sabemos, a Frelimo sempre está em primeiro lugar. Ele está em primeiro lugar, vai conseguir.
A decisão está no povo. Então, é muito imprevisível, não posso aqui definir o partido X vai ganhar ou o partido Y vai ganhar. Vai depender muito mais do povo.
Por mim, eu achava Inácio. Esse homem, para mim, é um homem muito sábio, muito inteligente. Eu desejo muito, pela minha opinião, né? Eu gostaria que fosse ele, na verdade. Quem acha que vai ganhar, muito sinceramente, eu não sei quem vai ganhar, porque aqui não se diz quem você vai votar, mas eu acho que, na verdade, o nosso governo, o nosso Moçambique tinha que melhorar mais. Eu estou a ver mais que dão mais prioridade para os estrangeiros. É o que estou a ver no nosso país. Nós, como moçambicanos, não temos vozes. Nós moçambicanos, não temos vozes no nosso país. E isso é muito triste.
Outra coisa que nós queremos trabalhar sobre ela é que o Estado ele é muito pesado. E nós aqui na província do Maputo, ciente das necessidades do nosso povo, nós não queremos ter um orçamento que é despesista, andar a pagar aqui regalias desnecessárias. Nós queremos investir na melhoria da qualidade de vida das pessoas, porque melhorar na qualidade de vida das pessoas significa também melhorar a qualidade de vida daqueles que estão dirigindo, porque nós somos parte dessa sociedade. Na criação de emprego, nós queremos apoiar os jovens que têm iniciativas. Aqui no nosso país, muitos jovens são brilhantes, mas não sabem para onde ir, não sabem como fazer. Então nós queremos criar um centro de excelência aqui na nossa província. Queremos criar uma nata nova de milionários aqui na nossa província de Maputo. É impossível surgirem novos milionários aqui.
In Central Africa, the Democratic Republic of Congo, the epicenter of an Mpox epidemic, launched a vaccination campaign against the virus on Saturday in the eastern city of Goma. The first vaccines were administered to hospital staff, with the program due to target the general population from Monday in the east of the country, where the current outbreak started a year ago. The DRC has so far received 265,000 vaccine doses, including donations from the United States and European Union. But it is still waiting for millions more promised doses to arrive from France, Japan and the United States.
J'attendais cette vaccination, d'autant plus que je suis souvent en contact avec ces malades. Chaque jour qu'il y a un cas, dans la partie Goma, je suis appelé à aller investiguer les cas.
La province court un risque très élevé de l'extension rapide de l'épidémie par son voisinage avec le Sud Kivu, dans un contexte de mouvement des populations et de la promiscuité dans les sites de déplacés. Des mesures spécifiques sont en train d'être prises pour ces populations spéciales.
Our German Chancellor Olaf Scholz has renewed his call for a ceasefire at the first anniversary of the Gaza war approaches, while also warning against the rising tide of anti-Semitism. The unprecedented attack on Israel by Palestinian militants on October 7, 2023 resulted in the deaths of 1,205 people, mostly civilians. In response, Israel launched a military offensive that has claimed at least 41,870 lives in Gaza, the majority of them civilians, according to the health ministry in the Hamas-controlled territory, with figures deemed reliable by the United Nations. As the year-long conflict continues to leave a trail of devastation in the coastal Palestinian territory, Israel's recent shift of focus towards Hezbollah, Hamas' Iran-backed ally in Lebanon, has raised fears of a broader regional conflict.
Die Bundesregierung setzt sich deshalb weiterhin beharrlich für einen Waffenstillstand ein, der jetzt endlich zustande kommen muss, damit die Zivilbevölkerung im Gazastreifen besser geschützt wird und natürlich auch besser versorgt werden kann. Und damit endlich die israelischen Geiseln freikommen. Mit unseren internationalen Partnern stehen wir im engen Kontakt, um die weitere Eskalation des Konflikts zu verhindern. Und das ist in den letzten Tagen nicht einfacher geworden. Wir alle wissen, die Gefahr eines
Business now. Nigeria's federal government announced the commencement of crude oil and refined petroleum product sales in Naira as of October 1st, 2024. The Ministry of Finance shared the update through details, although details on contractual agreements and pricing were not provided. The move follows a directive from the Federal Executive Council approved under President Bola Tinubu's administration, allowing local refineries to purchase crude oil and refined products using the local currency. The initiative was confirmed by the Technical Subcommittee on Domestic Sales of Crude Oil in Local Currency last month. And now sports. Head coach of the Super Eagles, Augustin Eguavon, has called Captain Williams Ekong, Ademola Lookman, Moses Simon, and also 20 other players for this month's home and away 2025 Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers with the Mediterranean Knights of Libya. Wingback Olaoluwa Aina and Bruno Onyemechi are included, as well as goalkeepers Stanley Nwabali and Maduka Okoya. They made the list. Reigning African Player of the Year Victor Osimhen and South Africa-based centre-back Olisanda have been excluded on grounds of injury. The Super Eagles will host the Mediterranean Knights at the Godswill Stadium in Uyo on Friday, the 11th October, before flying to Benghazi to take on the Knights at the Matthias of Benena Stadium, 19 kilometers away from Benghazi, on Tuesday, 15th October. Galatasaray striker Victor Osimhen out of their squad for 2 Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers against Libya due to injury. Injured South African-based defender Olisanda was also excluded from the roster, selected by caretaker coach Augustine Guavon. The Super Eagles will face Libya in southern Nigeria on Friday, 11th of October, before the team meets again 4 days later in North Africa. Currently, Nigeria tops Group D with 4 points from 2 matches, while Libya sits at the bottom with just 1 point. The squad aims to capitalize on their current position as they prepare for these crucial qualifiers. And the Flying Eagles secured a victory against Legacy Football Academy in their final warm-up match on Saturday, held at the MKO Abiola Stadium in Abuja. This game marks their last training session in Abuja before moving to Ikenne for further preparations. Despite being an under-strength under-20 team coached by Aliyu Zubairu, the Flying Eagles scored in both halves against the physically intimidating Legacy Academy squad. They are set to face Côte d'Ivoire and Burkina Faso in the first round of the sub-regional qualifiers later this month. The competition kicks off on October 17th in Lomé, Togo, as the Flying Eagles aim to build on their recent success. And that's all this hour. But before we go, let's take a look at some of the major stories we brought your way. Former President Goodluck Jonathan has called for calm amidst river political tension. And polling stations open amidst concerns over Tunisia's democratic future. And we also told you that Mozambican voters have voiced concerns over potential result manipulation in upcoming elections. Now do remember you can watch News Central live on DSTV, Channel 422, Star Times, Channel 274, Able TV, and of course on YouTube. Many thanks for watching. My name is Mazino. Appeal.